Hello everybody, it's Eleanor from Eleanor's Place, and I'm down in the allotment giving you a little preview of what's going on. How about these, the sweet peas? They're coming on beautifully and they smell gorgeous, and you might just be able to see down at the base my nasturtiums are just starting, look at them there, just starting to establish themselves. And the idea is, if I step back, is they will grow up and they'll tumble down over the front of there and make a beautiful, colourful screen all the way around there. Make it look really beautiful. I've been doing a little bit of weeding down here today, one of the paths on the vegetable plots. I hate doing paths. They're always really, really hard to do, but anyway, I've got some of them out. And look at my little pond, look at that little thing doing its thing there. Isn't that beautiful? Still no plants around it to speak of, but never mind. So, where are we up to? Well, the lupins are finished. They've gone over. I need to chop all these seed pods back. The foxgloves are looking a little bit wayward now, but and the fuchsia baskets are just starting to open up. Look at this, just starting to open, which is rather nice. I've got a few honeysuckle flowers coming up here, looking lovely, and it's just a nice afternoon here at the allotment. Lavenders have really filled out, they're looking lovely, and although I haven't got any flowers yet on my Rudbeckia, maybe you've got to say that's 2 foot tall, that's going to be gorgeous this year, and there are loads of flower buds on it, so that's just going to look lovely. Right, I'll take you up here to show you what's going on. Right, I've counted my apples on my little espalier here, and I think I've got 13. They're getting quite a bit bigger, but they're not green. I mean, they're more red than green. I'm a bit confused. These are meant to be golden delicious. Maybe they'll go more green with time, but they're definitely not green at the minute. Never mind. Right, so I think the last time I spoke to you, I'd actually raised this structure here by about a foot, and as you can see, I did it just in time because it's now 3/4 of the way up that. Isn't that the most beautiful colour? It's vivid, and the green just beyond it has really come into its own in the last week or so. It's all the rain we've been getting. It's beautiful. The broccoli here filling out gorgeous. My second planting of collies just here are actually starting to take quite nicely. They needed that rain. It just makes such a difference. The kohlrabi, so I haven't got many, but I've got a nice one there. It's coming on nice, and there's another one there. There's a rather mangled looking one down here, but fingers crossed. I've got some nice turnips coming. I think they're the Milan purple top. These are the sprouts. As you can see, they're starting to crush against the mesh, so I'm going to have to rethink the netting now over this section, because these sprouts are going to get a lot bigger. The cabbages, if you look at the cabbages, they're just starting to show signs of a heart, just starting. Now, I'm not going to make the mistake this year of not eating them as soon as they're ready, because last year I hung on. I mean, they look so amazing. They were like enormous roses last year, but I'm not going to wait too long, because otherwise they go over. Now, the onions. Now, that onion there was the one that got chewed off, and it's come back fantastically. It's a little trooper, and they've all got nice thick necks, and I'm hoping I get some really nice big onions on these. It would be lovely. Remember, these are the Ailsa Craig onions, so they really come on. And they're just beyond there. Can you see them? I'll take you to them. Hang on. I'll show you. These are the leeks. There you go. You can just see them now. I did weed them the other day. There's a few more coming back up with all the rain we've had. But they're really starting to become a bit more obvious now. Now I have put some more beetroot in and carrots over here. There's no sign of them yet, but they are in, and they won't be long, I'm sure, because that's all I've got in the carrots on this plot. I've got about 7. It's not going to get me very far, is it? But never mind. Now these are the follow-on beetroot, but these have really, look at those, they're ready for out. I'm going to have to make some beetroot salad. They're gorgeous, look at those. They're ready for out. I don't want to wait too long. The parsnips are really starting to show up a bit now. Oops, I can see what I've got now, so that's good. And I have actually pulled up a couple of these potatoes. These are the Nicola potato variety, and they were lovely. So I'm just going to keep going at them because you get too many, don't you? You don't know what to do with them all. So I'm just going to keep going at them and enjoy them. Bit of weeding to do down this edge. Haven't cut the grass because it's been too wet. But oh, let me show you these. Look at my beans. Look at these now. Now these pods, when they droop, they're ready. And these are drooping, and to be honest, I'm just feeling there's a little bit of give there. That one's ready. You should be able to just see the shape of the bean. You can see that undulation. That's the shape of the bean through the pod. They are ready. Now, what I like to do with beans is I pick them, pod them, and then put them into a bag in the freezer, because you don't have to blanch them or anything. And I just keep adding to the bag as more pods become ready, and that's how I deal with it. And then I keep a bag of beans in the freezer, and I do the same with peas. I shell them, put them in a bag, and just keep adding to the bag in the freezer as I go along. Far easier than having masses of them. Now I told you these were just starting to cling on. These are the runners, Moonlight, and these are really climbing up the poles now, so that's great. You see, they've really started to do their thing. And the Borlotti's just over there, they're thickening up nicely. And let me show you these. I'll take you to this side, because as you can see, this is where I have been doing my weeding. It's far nicer than the other side, that's still full of weeds. But these are just full of flowers, full of them. I can't believe how strong these tendrils are. They're like arms, they really are. Massive, massive tendrils. Really, really sturdy little peas. Really, really sturdy. Can't remember the variety either. But I'm hoping I get a really nice crop. Let me show you the silver chard. 1 or 2 of them have bolted, but it doesn't matter. They're perfectly usable, just as they are. But these, look at these, aren't they beautiful? I'm going to be able to pick some of these, and you can use them as salad, and you can use them as spinach. They're very versatile. I always grow chard. I grow the silver and I grow the ruby chard, and they're really nice in a salad, and can't have too much salad. So there you go. You can see what's happening. Let me show you the flowers now. My flowers are a little bit in between at the minute. Gone a bit dizzy. The foxgloves are still lovely. These are just the most beautiful flowers. Look at those. Gorgeous. No wonder the bees love them. They're beautiful. I've put some zinnias in. There's a couple there. And there's a few more further down. And while I was weeding, oh, the Achillea, by the way, is just starting to come into flower. She's rather lovely. And here is the dahlia. Having a bit of a fight with her next door's potato plants at the minute, but never mind. But it's really come on now. It doesn't need any help with slugs now. It's beyond it. Right, so while I was weeding the other day, in the veg plot, I found some little a butterfly bush, what's it called, verbena, and they were growing. They'd seeded from the plant which was on the opposite side of the border, and I got about 6 plants, and I've put them in, and these have taken. That's a beauty. It's going to come right up. It'll be probably about 5 foot tall when it's finished. Now I put this in here thinking it was one thing, bergamot, but that doesn't look like bergamot to me. I don't know what that is. I'll just wait and see. I don't know. There's some zinnias there, 3 little zinnias. They did get a bit chewed, even though I put slug pellets around them, they did still get a bit chewed, but they're just starting to come back now, and I think they'll be all right now. The Alchemilla mollis has really taken. It's beautiful. And this, I think this is going to be an absolute gorgeous plant this year. It's absolutely covered in flower buds. Gorgeous. Look at those beautiful daisies. Gorgeous. It was quite small last year and low down, but this year it's obviously more established. It's about 1.5 foot, 18 inches, 20 inches tall, so it's looking really nice. Now I have put some statice in. Here we go. Here's one. A few weeds. Let's take them out. Don't want them. Yeah, a statice here next to my globe artichoke. I'm hoping, just weeding while I'm talking to you, I'm hoping I get a couple of artichoke flowers this year. I did get one last year, so I'm hoping now it's a bit more established, I might get a couple. That would be nice. A few more zinnias here. These are a bit more established, these. They've taken better. There was another one over here, but I lost it. But these two are fine. And they produce loads of flowers, so they make up for what there isn't there. This is a subdivision of the Achillea, coming up nicely, doing very nice. And here we go. This is the verbena. And it's up. It must be 4.5, nearly 5 foot tall already. And that is going to be an absolute stunner. So I'm really pleased with the verbena. It really is beautiful. Vivid coloured. Vivid. And they last so long, the flowers. I can't believe it. Another statice just here. The colour of these is amazing. They're like a really vivid pink. They're beautiful. Another Achillea just there. And this is the bergamot. So I know that plant over there is not bergamot. Although it was grown as a bergamot, something else must have got in there. But that's a bergamot. And then there's a sedum just there. That's an autumn flower, so it's making a nice sturdy little plant. Last year and this year, it wasn't very big last year at all, but this year it's really coming into its own. I'm hoping it doesn't get too big and start lolling over, but it's looking really nice. So there we go. I think that's just about it on the garden front. Oh, I have put a few bits in here. Hang on, let me show you. I have a thrift here that I put in. It was in my wall, in my palette wall. It wasn't doing very well at all, and I put it in here, and it was the right thing to do. Now my little London Pride, although it's still flowering, is going over a bit, but just there to the side of it, can you see that? There's a baby one, so we'll pop that on. We'll get another one for somewhere else. This here is a limey coloured campanula. Sorry, not campanula, Aquilegia. It's a limey coloured one called lime sorbet. So it'll be interesting to see that coming into flower, because that was grown from seed last year, and I only have managed to keep one plant. Now these plants I've got along here, there's one there, there's one there by that post, there's one a bit further down. They were in my palette wall last year, and I thought they might thrive if I put them into the ground, and you know, they're looking better already. So I'm hoping they'll come along here and fill this nicely and make it look nice. And then I put a little statice just there, and I've got a couple of poppies in here. I have actually got 3, but one's been nibbled rather a lot over there, but I'm hoping there, I'm hoping it might recover. They're pretty hardy, so I'm hoping it might. So there's some nice poppies there, and another little statues over here, just here. And then there's a succulent just over here. But it was on the dead side, so I don't know. We'll see how it gets on. So there you go. That's the plot as it stands at the moment. And I'm just going to sit and enjoy it for a bit now. Why not? Because I tell you what, I love gardening, but I don't spend enough time sitting down and looking at it. I tend to sit down and then I think, oh, that needs doing over there. And then I forget to sit down again. Anyway, nice to see you. If you'd like to subscribe or like, that would be fantastic. It's nice that people watch, and I hope you can get something of interest out of it. Alright, and let's just turn you back round. Give you one last view. There we go. Beautiful. Smells gorgeous. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.